In this video, I'm going to introduce you to Excel. So across the top, you have your title bar. It tells you what your document name is and what program you're using. So you'll notice that this is saying Book 1. And the reason for that is Excel allows you to have many worksheets in a book. So you'll see it says Sheet 1 down here. But if I hit this plus sign, I'll get Sheet 2 and Sheet 3 and so on. So you can continue to add sheets to your book. The other thing that you should notice is the document area of Excel looks very different from Word. So you'll see we have columns going down, which are lettered A, B, C, D, so on. And then row numbers going across. And your row numbers are from 1 all the way to over 1,000,000. So I'm going to put that back up. And your column letters go to XFD. You'll get to column Z and then it goes AA, AB, AC, so on, until you get all the way to XFD. The row above the column letters is going to be one of the most important features for you. So you have a name box, basically tells you where you are and allows you to select where you would like to go if you want. Then you have these buttons that allow you to cancel or enter or insert a function. And then this area is called your formula bar. And in there, you will actually see the data that has been typed into a specific cell. The ribbon works pretty much the same. So you'll see the home ribbon, a lot of it's the same up to a certain point. These number formats you're going to use a lot. You may use these cell styles a lot. The insert and delete. These insert and delete buttons weren't on some of the older versions, so just be aware that they are new. This auto sum button you will use quite a bit as well. What is a cell? A cell is the intersection between a column and a row. So columns are identified with a letter, rows are identified with a number. So in this case, this is cell D2. So I'm in column D, row 2. So if I want to go to IV100, I can come up to the name box and type in IV100 and it will take me there. So I had to press my enter key after I typed my data in there. Control Home will always take you back to cell A1. Now I'm just going to click anywhere into the middle of the spreadsheet that actually selects that cell. When the assignment asks you to select, it means click on this item. If you're trying to select a range of cells, you would use the white cross, or you could type the range up here, or you can click the first one and then click the last one. So I'm going to show you a couple of examples. So if I want to select from A1 to G5, I will click in cell A1, move my pointers to cell G5 and hold my shift key down and click. That selects everything in between. So I click the first cell, move my pointer to the last cell, hold my shift key down, click. If I want it to extend beyond there, I just hold my shift key down and click. Or if I want to decrease, shift and click. If I want to select random cells, I click the first one, hold my control key down, and click the others that I want. So you'll notice the last cell that I selected has an outline around it, but it's not highlighted. However, it is selected, and you can see it over here. Okay. Another way to select your ranges are just to type them in here. So if I want it from cell A1 to cell H4, you'll notice the 2 is a colon. I put in a colon instead of a hyphen. Excel indicates the word 2 with a colon. So there you go, it highlighted the entire range. So now I'm going to actually type something in a cell. So here I'm going to type my name, first and last, and you'll see my name looks like it's going over into the next column. But if you look up at the formula bar here, you'll see my name is actually in cell H6. When I go to cell I6, there's nothing there. So my data is in this cell. If I double click between these two column headings, so I move my pointer up between the column headings, I get a little black arrow, double click, and you'll see that made the column as wide as it needs to fit the widest piece of data on that column. I can also type numbers in here, so if I type in 1000, puts it in exactly the way I type it. If I type in 1000.00, you'll notice it cut off the decimal 00. So that is because you're in general format. I'm going to click this first 1000 and I'm going to hit the $ on the ribbon, and you'll see it came up and said accounting style. Accounting style gives you a fixed dollar symbol, so that means it's fixed at the left hand side of the cell. It also gives you the 1000th placeholder and 2 decimal places. If I come up here and change this to currency, you'll see it pretty much is doing the same thing, except the $ now is right beside the data. So with currency style, the $ is considered floating. So you have a floating $. I'm going to go down to the next 1000, and I'm going to hit the comma, and you'll see it pretty much did the same thing as I had with the accounting style, and it's saying accounting. The difference between these, in here, the symbol's off, so it says symbol none, and on this one, the symbol will be on, so you'll see the symbol is turned on there. So that's the difference between the two. You'll notice that text left aligns, so if I make this column wider, you can also make your column wider by dragging it. So your text left aligns, your numbers right align. If I want to select a column or a row, I move my pointer to the column heading or the row heading and I click. So you get that little black arrow, you click. And you can highlight across if you want, or if you want multiple columns and multiple rows. So if I want column E, then column I, and then column M, I'll select the E, hold my control key down, click the I, click the M, and it selects them, and it selects each of them. That pretty much covers the Excel basic window